All right, it's Staccatos. It's the Chapas. It is way past my fucking bedtime, but I had to do a batch. Like I said, I was gonna, test the waters in my old stomping grounds because that provides me a true baseline that I'm actually very comfortable with. Obviously I haven't seen the change in the demand patterns, but nor here nor there. There's gonna be a little familiarity somehow, some way. Okay, so anyway, long-winded there. All right. So I did get a batch earlier, and it was $80, and it was fucking so super fly, like simple as shit, right? Like right on. Like it was easy, right? It was fast. Actually, I got a video of it, of me. I've got a video of it just gliding into my arms as I caught it. Yeah. All right. What the fuck? What do we got here? What do we got? Trash. I had to start counting these motherfuckers. I swear I should. I've counted cards before, and it worked. But at the end of the day, I was so fucking bored out of my mind doing it, and it was effective. And I did take a couple risque moves that I normally wouldn't have done, and they panned out. But my point is that, like, you do that for fucking 6-7 hours straight at a couple tables with a break maybe. And you're going I was going out of my fucking mind. Like I just wanted to fucking stop and be like, "What's up, everybody? Welcome to the table. All right, let's have some drinks," and win like that, which is the best way to win, by the way, when you're not worried about it because you're having fun, versus like some fucking anal retentive, fucking non-talking, fully concentrated, like dumb dick, which. You have to be. I had to be that way, but it did work. But I was just like, fuck it. I'd rather take my chances of losing. That's not a positive. That's not a glass half full statement, but it could be. Just saying, it could be. All right. So when are they gonna stop loading out all this? They got to trickle out one piece of fucking good meat, right? No, huh? That would make some fucking sense, don't you think? Maybe fuck. For the big dogs like us out here, big dogs like me, give me some hope. Now that I'm back, now that I'm fucking pro IC, baby. Yeah. No, I'm totally kidding. But I am back as long as there's something to learn and potentially to share, and obviously clearly money to clear. So some of the responses, some of the comments on the prior video with respect to the ratings were, let's take a look at, I liked one in particular where the guy's like, fucking cocksuckers fucking with me. That would be PC 1967. He said, and he shared, and I think this is rather interesting. Last week I was deactivated, reactivated, accused of missing 4 items, and lost my 5.0 rating all within 3 days, and I was fucked. I think that's what he's trying to get to. But anyway, I'll keep reading. To make it all the same, I used to worry about my 5.0. I just worry about doing my best when everything else is out of my control, especially customers that lie. Incompetent chat support. I felt like I was shorted on my on that deal I did yesterday, because I know I upsold it like an additional 100, but so why was I paid? I was paid a little bit more, but I thought I should have been paid more. Actually, I was probably fucking tired, and I wasted a lot of time, but I would be happy to have incompetent chat support over seemingly apparent competent chat support that disconnects on you after you've explained everything, and they're supposedly okay, like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna fix it all for you. Click, disconnect. Now, I think some of that may be like my own connectivity issues. I haven't really explored it that much because I try to stay as far away from any type of gig chat support as possible, unless I'm deactivated from Lyft. Oh, jeez. I tell you, side note, I think it's tidbits like this that could potentially make some of these videos a little more interesting. But side note on the deactivation deal, let me just tell you guys, so, I tell customers that I only drive Lyft because it allows me to screen the passenger's rating, by their rating prior to accepting the trip. And with Uber, And I don't even know if it's still the same, and I know it's different in most markets, but I think there's some kind of uniformity. But at any rate, what I'm trying to say is that Uber, if I'm not mistaken, because it's been about 2 years. Oh my God, I've done this so much. Oh, what a disgrace. Okay, anyway, I was being negative. This is a positive video. So as far as deactivations and like communication with gig support, chat, and all that kind of stuff, let me just explain something. That you've got Uber over here who outsources their support for drivers probably at the absolute lowest negotiated price structure, rate structure, with third world countries who at the end of the day are just going by, did this happen, did this happen, this happen, they're just following the fucking, the dots, their instructions, so to speak. And like, it doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter any circumstances, it doesn't matter anything about anything. It's all about their algorithm, and whether or not your complaints and or false allegations and or whatever, whether or not they kind of all add up to a potential problem or conflict within their system. So I guess I'm saying to you that Uber has like a mass scale of some level that they're telling their people, who gives a fuck what the guy says. It's 1, 2, 3, you're out, and or 1, 2, we're like Geo, you're out. He got fucked harder than anybody, but it just goes to show. I almost wonder whether it doesn't have to have been like somebody fucking with Geo from like the standpoint of another driver trying to cause problems or whatever by contact, because I've thought of this, because I've actually told a few people that I had a YouTube channel, and then I was like, whoa, what the fuck do I want these motherfuckers knowing about that? Because I don't even really have a YouTube channel. I only got 100 followers, and I'm nowhere near like Dustin's driving's got a lot of fucking traction on his shit, that's for sure. But and Geo's doing okay. But Dustin, I don't know, man. Like, I wonder what he does. It's that how y'all doing attitude. How does he do? What's up? Dude, it's been so long since I've seen a Dustin's driving video. But anyway, it's that fucking I'll skin you up, or I'll tie you up, hang you from the tree, and skin you alive. That southern, let's be honest, a little bit of redneck, just a tiny bit of redneck on Dustin's driving. Come on, let's not lie. Good guy though, truly that. You know how you can just kind of, you can feel that energy over the net. Geo, he's an asshole. No, I'm just fucking kidding. Geo's actually cool as shit. Geo's just, he's just a big old insecure goof like me. That's his dealio. 46, 59, I don't think so. But what I was getting back to is the deactivation on Lyft, and Uber. So you're fucked when it happens with you. There's no rationalizing, talking, it's just A, B, C, D, or A, B, C, you're fucked, you're out. And those other special situations, and you cannot communicate your story to anybody. Now with Lyft, I'll be honest with you, man. I have gotten myself into a couple of just stupid ass situations. Okay, so check this out. I was deactivated last week, right? Why? Because a chick said she saw a thing fall out when I got out of the car. What do you call it? A vape pen, or something along those lines. And so I got deactivated right away, first ride of the day, and I'm like, unbelievable. But I had just been deactivated 3 days prior. Okay, for some other bullshit. I'll just explain both of them real quickly, and explain how it went down, and why everything's okay. So and I'll try to do this fast. Like, what, 11:52, this is already fucking okay. Let me try to do this. Well, this is actually good stuff though. So this chick, who I thought everything went well, but she started getting me to talk about my opinions on like fucking 100 Chicagoans getting killed every day, and just definitely not going to go there, because I don't want any trouble. But you can't do that. Yeah, if you're over fucking 38 and you're talking and you're communicating to a passenger who has control of it, who can fuck you on your rating, and they want to start talking about like Antifa, well, not really Antifa shit, but just like, they have maybe a potentially more compassionate view than yours. Dude, don't go there. You're gonna get fucking chopped off at the knees. It's a guaranteed. But back onto the point. So she gives me a 1-star, which I'm shocked. I was like, what the fuck was that for? And then I get deactivated, and so I'm like, fuck. So I call the bat line to Lyft, because it's the only way you can reach them. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I get this dude on the phone, and he's cool as shit, and I could tell he's probably like probably like 32, maybe 34. But I could tell he was serious, right? I was serious, like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh no. Because, listen, I don't want to go through all the past history just because it would be like silly to. I don't want to put like Lyft on the spot, but I swear to God, I've had some unique circumstances. I'm part of the unique circumstance. But the chick said she saw a pipe, a marijuana pipe or whatever, or a vape pen fall out of the car when I got out, and something. I actually did have a little like pin flashlight that I had just gotten AAA batteries, and because I don't know, so I had just put the batteries in, and I forgot that it was in my lap, and that actually did fall out. But here's the fucking weird shit. So she's sitting in the in the back seat or whatever behind me. Well, it turns out that someone did leave a fucking a vape pen that was like, I don't know, in full view. If you just like turned around and looked behind you, I guess you could see it in a corner. So it was just sitting there, and I had no fucking clue. It'd been sitting there like all the way up until just yesterday. It was really fucking weird. I was like, oh my God, I've been driving around. I mean, not so much worried about that, but like passengers seeing this here we go. Just kidding. But like passengers getting in and out. I mean, it's just like fucking flagrantly there. I don't know why I didn't see it. I guess it's because I'm doing all nighttime driving. So I'm like thinking, okay, that's what this chick saw, because even though we like totally were, like I'm part of the intelligence faction of society, and she's part of the fucking let's make believe and live in fucking la la land, la 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 land, like AOC. I don't even want to go there. I'm just saying. So you had the smart side of society, i.e. me, having a difficult conversation with the, okay. So yeah, so I'm thinking like, but she didn't seem like she was out to fucking kill me or get me. So anyway, check it. I see that, I find that, I'm like, maybe should I contact again the guy and say, hey, I'm like, fuck no, of course not. That would be stupid. I mean, smart for, it would be great, an A for asshole of the year award. No, an A for like, or an E for, I don't know, an I for intent. Like you had good intentions of doing it, but all you're doing is stirring up a big fucking, like, no, you do not do that. Okay? Say, call it 4 Fridays later and be like, hey, yeah, man, I did actually just find a pipe that's been here all week, man. What the fuck? It's probably that pipe she was talking about. And like, no, you don't do that. So my point is that I'm thinking maybe from the text, verbiage, this, that, whatever, that would explain what happened there. But so okay, so there's like my who dis? American shit, a bot text soliciting money. So I called, so I called the guy. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's reading this off to me. He's reading the complaint. And they ice you for 25 minutes or so while they, go through it all. So he's reading off the complaint or whatever she says, word for word. And he's like, we can't tell you who did it. I'm like, whatever, dude. Okay, whatever. It's pretty clear. It's like everything's matching up. This last passenger. So, and actually, that's not what he said. He was actually being pretty cool. he did. He didn't fuck around with me. He's like, yeah, that wonderful girl did probably. You know, like he's really seeing it from both sides. And so I just told him, I was like, look, dude, not I, said the fly. No, no smoky on this side. And like, I don't even know why she would come at me from that angle. We did have a little, you know, maybe a difference in values. No, I'm saying opinions and some of the conversations that she was really rattling off. Like she was kept it going, like kept putting quarters in me. You know, and you put me in a car by myself for 2 hours pounding down coffee, you're gonna get fucking the guy like Matt Foley living in a Lexus down by Lakeshore. Bound to happen every time. You know, you get a little chat lonely. So, yeah, I was just like, yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe, and he's like, yeah, I've read a little bit about that, but he's like, all right, well, look. He's like, I believe you, man. And like, this is such a nice guy. I really appreciate it. I'm so lucky I got this guy. And there's another person too. I actually know a few of them. But I got this guy and I was like, he was just such a genuine dude, and like straight up didn't give any bullshit about who the complaint was from. And, you know, like the guy spoke English, you know, and he lives, I forgot to ask him where he's from. Well, you don't ask that kind of shit when you're on the fucking ropes. I was just deactivated 3 days earlier. I mean, for the love of God, like, right? Like, how bad can a week get? So, yeah, and I was just like, dude, man, listen, I just went through a situation like this, a crazy fucking situation. Not like this at all, totally separate, but I just want to let you know that I'm fucking really good. Like, everybody really likes me. And it's just the one-offs where, you know, maybe it's a personality like total, or, I mean, beyond conflict, or maybe, I don't know, like maybe I just got really fucking unlucky. Like in the instance of the girl, I was like, she didn't seem like that kind of fucking, you know, person that was gonna, you know, once she, well, whatever, I was gonna use a disgusting analogy and I'm not. So, God, this is going long, shit. Oh, I think this is good topic. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, not getting shit on the car, but they haven't released it either, so I haven't lost one. So at any rate, so I was like, yeah, I didn't think the chick was just gonna fucking like try to destroy me or anything. I was like, what the fuck, you know? And the guy's like, look, maybe she, you know, it's possible that maybe she inflated what she did see or didn't see based on some, you know, heated conversation. I wasn't really there. I'm just, you know, trying to possibly guess a scenario. He's like, but I believe you, man. So I'm gonna at this time, I think I have enough here to reactivate you. And if you just give me a few minutes, you'll be up and running and you'll be good to go, dude. And just, you know, like, just keep doing a good job. And, you know, and I'm like, yeah, thanks, dude. Wow. So I thought I was done. Like, I'm not going to mention how many times I've been through it, but I'm telling you, there's a unique fucking story behind each one. And most of the times it had involved, like, if somebody's a fucking cocksucker to me and I say like, hi, this, that, whatever, and they ignore, or they have the pretentious attitude of like, let's play role play, you be the proletariat and I'll be the motherfucking bourgeoisie. Well, I used to just not be able to contain or hide my fucking vitriol, not vitriol, but my disdain, my fucking just like absolute disgust. Like my loathsome of this person's presence. Like, it was in an energy that was so overwhelming that the car, like, like, get out of the car, like, you know. But you got to keep in mind. All right, I got to finish telling that story. So I get this smug consultant, right? Smug. He's just a fucking dick, and he looks like a fucking loser too. Like, his name is Bob. He had glasses, brown hair, no fucking style, you know, whatever. Fuck the dude. And of course, he's gone, you know, the most worst dreaded destination ever, which is to complete the Irving Park to the Lakeshore, and having to take this fucking interminable 30-mile-an-hour, every intersection protected by a red light or a speed trap camera. I mean, it's just a fucking shitty drive. That's all I'm trying to say. It fucking sucks. And believe it or not, so 28 minutes, that would be the amount of time it would take at fucking 1 or 2 in the morning. I can make this trip coming all the way down here. You can't see where my fucking finger is, so I guess, so you use this little corner, where my nose, use my nose. No, I'm kidding. But so what I would do is I would bring that fucker all the way down to where I see how it's narrowing the acute triangle, and then fucking cross over right here. It's only about 1.5 miles from on north, and then now you shoot back up on. And I've said this so many times. So, and that turns it into like a 20-mile trip. It's transparent to the passenger. There's no bumps, speed bumps, potholes, fucking bullshit. It's just smooth fucking ride. And this guy, he's like, hey, you missed Irving Park. Hey, wait, you missed Addison. Hey, what are you doing? I was like, oh no, sir, we're taking the at this time of night, the best option is to take the north route. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, you've never been this route before? Oh, you're gonna really like it. It's it's just a static trip with no interruptions, and there's probably there's only a couple red lights. It's just a much smoother trip, and it's easier on the car and in the mind, and yeah, you're gonna like it. Just let me know what you think about it after we're done. And then he's like, well, I've got my app open right now showing that we're supposed to be there. My Google Maps says that we're supposed to be there at 1:15 in the morning. What does your thing say? And he can clearly see what my thing says, and mine says like 1:19. I mean, like, think about this. If you think about it, like, I'm the fucking driver. It's my fucking car, and if I want to choose a route that's fucking 4 minutes longer, well, you know what? At 1:30 in the morning, especially after the fucker made me wait on his ass. I'm just saying. Where's a little latitude, motherfucker? It's my fucking car, biatch. It was obviously important to me to take that route. Hence why I wasn't like flipping bitches, U-turns, whatever, to get him back on the route that only he prefers. So anyway, so dickhead like that, right? So he's just sitting back in the back. We're fuming. I hate him. He hates me. I've let him know, and just in terms of my little sick energy spells I cast on people. I was just like, fuck this motherfucker. But I never said it. I just felt it, and I think he felt my thoughts. So that being said, that little motherfucker apparently had been finger fucking on his phone the entire time to Lyft, telling him how crazy I was, and I was driving like a maniac, and I was on drugs and erratic behavior, and blah 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 blah. Right? So he says I'm wasted. I must be drunk. I mean, just the dude just went on. I mean, he had a long time to type this. I mean, not that long, but 20 plus minutes, right? So we're like 3 streets from his house. We're literally a half a mile from his house, right? No, not even half. Like we can see his fucking house. We just need to go like 50 yards and bust a left, and boom, he's right there. So we're so close to his house. And then woo, I get pulled over. And I'm so mad at this fucking guy that I decide to fucking give it to the cops. Because I know all my shit's clear and clean, and I don't know. I used to fucking, I don't know. I'm not going to say I was ever anybody, but I'm going to say I certainly was more closer to somebody than I am now. Oh, I have such a good personality. And at any rate, but it's true. And I kind of pulled back one of my old, like, what the fuck is this for? I don't know. I was just being a dick. And I had my license already, right? I had everything before they even needed to ask me for it. I had it in my fucking hand ready to give it to them with a fucking, like a dick face. The same, anyway, out of control expressions, right? And the cops are so nice and polite. And then I just said, hey, by the way, officer, may I ask why you pulled me over, motherfucker? To put your knee on my neck? No, I'm just kidding. I guess I don't think I'm allowed to, whatever. That was a joke, sort of. And it wasn't funny, actually. So think about that. It wasn't funny now that I thought back on it. Okay. That being said, but I'm gonna keep going with the video. Fuck that. I got too much time on my hands. So what was I trying to say? Yeah. So the dude's been finger fucking. So I'm giving the cop attitude now. And then he's like, "Yes, sir. We pulled you over because your front headlights out." And I was just like, "Dope." I was like, "Oh my." I was like, "Officers, listen." All that attitude that I was projecting your way, all that negative energy that you may have sort of absorbed or felt when you came over to me, I was like, it's gone. I take it all back, and I'm really, really sorry, and thank you for bringing that to my attention. I wouldn't have known had you not. So I'm going to get that handled in short order tonight, Walmart. But really, thank you. I'm kind of having a rough night. So they're like, yeah, no problem, dude. Just be on your way, Mr. Espinosa. Just kidding. So yeah, so that's how that transpired, right? So you think the story ends there? You would think for normal fucking people. So that dude's like, yeah, you know, it was okay. Glad we made it out. You know, yeah, it was a pretty nifty ride. Like, you're right. It was a new, you know, you expanded my horizons with this new approach. Blah blah. You know, the guy was fucking lying out his ass. So I was like, yeah, I even shook his hand and I carried his fucking bag out of my car to his fucking doorstep. I mean, you know, like, ugh. So then, I forgot. I'm fast forwarding. So while I'm waiting on the cops to like clear me and let me go. And, you know, I already know it's a light, so whatever. They're just, like, going to hand me back my ID. I guess they're waiting for my wants and warrants to come back clean. I happened to get an email pop up from Lyft Safety indicating I was deactivated because of an unknown passenger who was claiming I was erratic and driving, blah, blah, da, da, da. You know, all the fucking litany that the guy put up, right? While he's in my fucking car. Because the cop pulling us over added like an extra 14 minutes, but it doesn't matter. And by the way, I did make it maybe a minute longer than what it would have taken the other way, but fuck him. Okay, so I'm getting excited. So the long story, even longer, no, shorter now, I'm going to end this thing, is that I know the dick in the back of my car has, after he's like, yeah, sorry, and still when I get his bag out, I'm still respectful, and I'm just like, yeah. You know, I don't red eye him or red ass him. You know, I was just like, yeah, sure, all right. I was just like, because, you know, at that juncture, it can only be worse, right? So you would think, and thus proven, because I got another fucking safety email within 5 minutes of leaving his house saying that I was accused of driving crazy and without lights. What a motherfucker. Oh, man, my lord. So let's just say I have done many a trip and deviated off my tour at, like, say 3:30, 4:35, you know, critical hours of dawn, and decided to do a test, a safety check of my train horn to make sure it was fucking functioning, right? And it just happened to always be next to that cocksucker's house, that motherfucker. Anyway, but yeah, can you believe that? So you know, I get on the horn with Lyft and I'm like, guys, clearly, and this is a deactivation where I was deactivated for like 3 days, like, and there's all these rumors and there's all this stuff out on the marketplace or whatever, and I don't know if it's old, new, or if they've updated it, but saying that, like, when you get deactivated, you're fucked. Like, Dustin is driving. He never even pursued it, but I could get Dustin back online with Lyft in like fucking 10 seconds, bro. What the fuck? 10 seconds. 10 seconds Justin is driving would be back on with fucking Lyft. Absolutely. It might take 10 minutes for the phone call, but that's it. That's all it takes from him. You know, soak up your pride, Dustin. Just saying. From a business standpoint, that's what Dustin should do. But, okay, trivial side point. But yeah, so they did ice me for like 3 or 4 days. I don't know. I think it's like a timeout period or whatever. And I know that. You know what? That's when I got the fucking heart to Jesus with the cool chick. I really learned a lot about myself in an hour-long phone call with Lyft Safety. And to this day, like, I totally respect those guys because they actually do have our backs. And that's the whole, I guess, is the moral of the story. I have a whole lot more stories I could share with you. I mean, just stupid shit. Like on Sunday when I got deactivated, would you believe I had a fucking crazy bitch calling me, crying, like manic, fucking like tear-balling, like, oh, I lost my, no, you can't hang up, please don't hang up on me, no, like fucking full-fledged, like, I just dropped this chick off 4 minutes ago, she was fine, and now she's like fucking going manic fucking, like, nutso fucking bonker shit, right? And she's on my speakerphone while I had just clicked arrive and pulled up in front of this other chick who was yet to be known, but gets in the car and is like, you're not wearing a mask, you're not wearing a mask. And I'm like, hey, look, hey, give me 1 minute. I just got to finish up this call. It's with the last passenger. She thinks she left something in the car. Let me just check. She's like, you put a mask on now. And I was like, whoa. I was like, look, the ride hasn't even begun. Could you please step out of the vehicle, ma'am, for your own safety? And then she's like, no, I'm not stepping out. I demand you wear a mask. And I'm like, look, lady, I'm in the middle of a fucking phone call with the last... I got deactivated. Now, I don't know if it's from the chick. So the chick, I canceled the ride, right? And got paid, bitches. And she fucking starts walking around my car taking pictures, and I was like, look, you guys are... I was like, you chicks are fucking crazy. You're out of your fucking minds. And I showed them this like large Ziploc baggie of all brand new masks. It's like, I wear a fucking mask. I wear a mask for people that want me to wear a mask. And sometimes, well, whatever, it's none of your business. But when I'm pulling up to you and I'm talking on the speakerphone, I need not wear a mask because the person can't fucking hear me and the ride hasn't started yet. So you're fucking crazy. And then her friend's like, no, you're crazy. Leave here immediately or we're calling the cops. I'm like, what? I was like, oh my God, wow. So pretty confident that I thought it was that crazy bitch that got me discoed, but it actually, I think it turned out to be the crazy bitch on the phone that was batshit fucking crazy that got me discoed, right? Because she said I was fucking, she heard all the shit with the crazy bitch. Man, all I'm trying to say is that was a prime example of two perfect storms hitting all at once, to where I'm like a fucking, like I was a victim. I was a fucking victim. I'm the Me Too movement, you know? Like I was fucked on that deal. Not even fair. And I got a few more, like I got, you know, the one where the fucking, not the Asian, but the Middle Eastern dudes pick up like a family of 4 or 5 and they got so much fucking luggage, like so much luggage that it's fucking up this fucking my, you know, my custom suede interior. Ugh. And then the motherfucker has the like I have 3 phones rocking and rolling at once, you know, and I've got different things for different functions for different, you know, I got a lot going on. I'm a busy guy. Anyway, this fucking dude looks at one of my phones or whatever. He's like, you only drive whatever Lyft tells you to drive. I did not want you to go and deviate off the path. And I'm like, you motherfucking cocksucker! You fucking bad! You know, I'm like, I'm a broke motherfucker! I'm not taking it anymore! I'll fucking, you know, whatever. I was just like, I lost it with this fucking guy. I was like, you fucking... I was like, do you even know what you're talking about? Which phone are you referring to? I'm not even... You shouldn't even be looking at my phones. I will take care of getting you to your fucking destination. This is not my first rodeo. I know what the fuck I'm doing. You need to sit back, calm down, and fucking shut your fucking mouth and open up your fucking ears. No, I'm kidding. But, like, really, though, I did put him in his place. And because I was just fucking had it. Well, next time they used the Lyft was like a week and a half later. Deactivated. And, you know, like, I know my rights so well. When I got that one, I was like, look, I can tell you who it was. I can tell you I've only had one fucking crazy ride in like 3 weeks, and it was this fucker, wasn't it? And when you can like guess, I mean, I don't know, I'm saying from my perspective, but all I'm saying is they listen to each situation individually and assess it. You know, and of course they look at the overall history, but like, man, my personality's so rich, I got shit all over the place. Alright, so I gotta give up with this shit. I gotta, like, shut my fucking phone down. Alright, guys, I'm gonna try to bridge these videos together and then do another fucking 20-minute close on it. Alright, I'm just kidding. But I do have to end this fucker now.